All right, everybody. Told you I'd give you an update. Sorry for the long delay in videos, interviews. Um, so here's what happened. As some of you probably might have guessed, maybe because of the absence of videos, when I went to the St. Louis meet, about halfway through that meet, so I'd say Friday night, I came down with a mild cough and a sore throat. And I'm thinking, well, maybe it's just because I hadn't talked in over a year and a half that much in one day. Talking to everybody at the show on Friday, I thought maybe I just talked too much. Well, then going to my daughter's birthday party, we went to the beach for the next week. Come up that Sunday, I drove home from the meet, and Monday I drove to the beach, and the cough just got worse. And then about 2 days in, I started sweating to death during the day and night and not sleeping at all. And the cough just got increasingly worse. It was really bad. Um, so that Friday, we drove home and I lost my taste and smell. So that told me right there I most likely got COVID. And that next was no, it was the same day. That same day, I went to the urgent care and I did get diagnosed with COVID. Now, one thing to note, I didn't get COVID from the show. So there's that. I got COVID from work. I already mapped it out and did all the math. And I did get COVID from work, which I didn't probably know. I figured it was going to happen and it was just a waiting time for it to happen. Some of you know I didn't get vaccinated, so that already told me it was just a waiting game for me to get it if I had to go back into the office. And sure enough, that damn company gave me COVID. Um, with that being said, once I got diagnosed with COVID, uh, which was that Friday, the sleeping got worse, the sweating got worse, not being able to taste and smell nothing. My diet pretty much disappeared completely, and I got constipated. So pretty much from I'd say Wednesday of that vacation with my family, um, I stopped going to the bathroom, and peeing was fine, but the other one, the number two, I couldn't go to the bathroom, and I didn't really think nothing of it. I just thought, well, maybe because my diet's not strong, maybe I'm not eating as much, maybe that's why I'm not going. But it lasted for a week and a half, and then it got so bad where I was so weak because of not eating. I was drinking fine. I could drink water as much as I possibly could, but I wasn't even thirsty though. So it wasn't like my body was saying, "Hey, drink something, drink something." It wasn't there. Um, Not eating, not drinking, and then just feeling like absolute crap. I went to the ER. 7 hours I waited in the lobby at the ER, and they finally brought me back, hooked me up with some IVs, and I was there for 5 days in the ER. Um, Once I started being able to sleep a little bit, maybe an hour at a time. I'd stay up for maybe 2 hours, sleep for maybe an hour, but the sweating, the night sweats were just, I wouldn't even say night sweats, they were sleeping sweats. In the daytime or when I was awake, I could regulate my body temperature. But when I was sleeping, my brain had forgot to regulate it, and I would just sweat to absolute death and wake up in a pool. And it was disgusting. But because of that, I also would wake up within like an hour after I fell asleep because of that. So I didn't sleep, constantly exhausted. And then I'd say what the night or the day I got admitted into the hospital, the COVID floor as they called it, um, I went to the bathroom then, which was just out of the blue. I don't know where that came from, but I went to the bathroom then. And then I hadn't gone to the bathroom since then for another 2 weeks. And then I finally started to be able to go. But it's nowhere near how it used to be. I had IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome, which meant pretty much everything I ate came out of me within a half hour. I've been living with it for a long time. It's just normal now. It's been my daily life forever. Um, Nothing that I couldn't take care of, though. I always knew whatever I ate was most likely coming out. So that was just a normal thing. Well, when I finally went to the bathroom and then I couldn't again for the next 2 weeks, um, when it finally did come back, now it's nowhere close to where uh, I was. It's almost like the IBS is gone. I don't think it's gone, but maybe it is gone. Maybe this COVID killed that whole idea. I don't know. But nonetheless, little by little, I'm getting better. Maybe every 3 to 4 days, something else decides to drop off. And now I'm about maybe 75% there. Um, I still sweat at nighttime, but I'm able to sleep a lot longer. I can taste and smell again. Um, I'm eating about twice a day when it used to be 4 times a day. I'd have that fourth meal, as they call it, late at night. And of course, I lost some weight from not eating. But nonetheless, I'm getting back to normal, or normal, I guess. I don't know. I'm about 75% back. You can probably hear my voice. It's still not, or at least in my head, I can hear my voice. It's still not all the way there. And yeah, I've been quarantined in my bedroom, and I have my kids put all my food, my wife, all on the outside of the door so I can get it. But yeah, it's been a long road. I've had this COVID for now going on a month, and I'm only maybe 75% back. I'm guessing 75%. Like I said, I'm able to sleep longer. I'm able to eat again. My bowel movements they're not great, but I mean, at least I'm going and it's not constipated. And yeah, I'm still really always tired, but I think I'm tired just because my body's trying to fight it. Maybe, or maybe it's just that I'm stuck in this room all day, every day, not doing anything. It's probably a combination of both. Nonetheless, though, none of my family ended up getting it. So whatever I had seemed to be self-contained in me, which is a very good thing, because I was thinking once I got diagnosed, shoot, I've been out there at the beach with my family for the whole week. No telling who was going to get it from that. And nobody ended up getting it, so I'm very pleased about that. With the podcast, I pretty much ran out of all the interviews, because even though I was recovering, I could have set updates to YouTube to upload that video at a certain time. I ran out of interviews. I have no more interviews. So I'm not 100% sure when I'm going to get back to making new interviews. I guess when I get 100% healthy again, which if I had it a month and I'm only 75% back, I'm guessing maybe another 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I might be 100% back. But here's the crazy thing. If you're watching the news, the COVID cases are climbing and they're skyrocketing. It doesn't even really, they say most of the COVID cases are from people that haven't been vaxxed, but there's still being people that have been vaxxed that are getting it because this new variant is unlike anything any of the hospitals or doctors have ever seen. At least my doctor said he's never seen a variant of any kind of flu or any kind of virus that is hitting as strong as this new wave, this new virus, this new Delta virus, I think it's called. I don't know. Nonetheless, my work sends out emails, and since my wife works at the same company, she says there's about 2 to 3, sometimes 4 emails a week going out saying somebody in our building has gotten COVID. So that's all if those emails are current and up to date. It could be more. I don't understand why we're still in the building, but hey, it's not my company I'm running. I'm just working there. I'm hoping that they figure out that they should go back to work from home. That way, I don't have to be going back to work right after I get healthy and then end up catching it again. Because my doctor said I can get the shot, but I have to be 90 days out from being from having COVID. That's 3 months. If I have to go back to work, there's a good chance I can catch it again. And I'd really not want to do that. I didn't want to catch it the first time. And I was 1.5 years straight without catching it with working from home. So there was no reason I couldn't have stayed working from home and still not have caught it. But you know what? It's whatever. Other than that, yeah, I do have a vlog I made before I went to St. Louis that I can post. I went to a car cruise and I pretty much just walked the aisles and talked to the camera about all the cars that were there. Figuring I was eventually going to run out of interviews, I thought, well, let me make a vlog and see if I need this, I will upload it. And I still haven't. I think that'll be the first video I come back with, only because I don't know exactly when I'm going to get better, and I don't know how soon I can line up people to interview after I get better, because my whole schedule is all up to you guys that want to be interviewed. Because if you don't want to be interviewed, then I don't have, anything to upload. So it's all up to you guys if you want to be interviewed. I'll go back through the whole entire library of people I've already interviewed and see if you guys want to do it again. I've already done a few people twice, and one person 3 times. So I can do more interviews with the same people. I just try to keep it new, because there are so many more people out there that you guys don't really know fully about, and that's the whole point of the interview basis, is to get to know the modeler or the collector or the railroader. Get to know them, because unless we go to these shows and we hang out after the shows, or we live close enough to each other, nobody really knows each other. And that was the whole point of these interviews, is to get to know the person that's behind the posts that we all see on Facebook. So with that being said, bear with me. I'm still recovering, and once I'm good to go, I'll start lining up some more interviews, and hopefully there won't be any more gaps in this year. But don't worry about me. I'm getting better. little by little, and it's unfortunately taking little by little. I'm getting better. So don't worry that I'm going to kill over, because I'm already 75% back from where I was at the worst of it when I went into the ER. Um, but yeah, oh, and note, I never had to be put on a ventilator. I was always able to breathe, even at my worst bottom, bottom. I was able to breathe. And I hear so many people get put on a ventilator, and then it's almost like their brain says, okay, now my job is done for helping you breathe. I don't need to help you no more. And it forgets it forgets how to breathe once you get taken off the ventilator. So people have to stay on it for a lot longer than they should be, because their brain forgets to breathe for them once they get taken off of the ventilator. So, with all that being said, um, I appreciate you guys' patience. I appreciate you guys reaching out, saying, hey, what's going on? But I haven't really told anybody, but maybe a handful of people. And that's not even in the hobby. That's literally just a handful of people in my whole life. So thank you for bearing with me. I'll be back at it soon, hopefully. And yeah, just stay tuned. Um, I'll have that vlog video up. I don't know when, but I'll have it up. So thanks for watching. Comment all you want. I'll answer them. And thanks for staying tuned to all the episodes. And yeah, I think that's about it. All right, everybody. We'll see you later. Goodbye.